Make a date with Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei at 6 a.m. from Monday to Saturday on Graphic Online via Facebook and YouTube as he expounds on matters of faith. Graphic Online, truth and accuracy every day.
Hello, this is Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei of Living Streams International, bringing you matters of faith with Graphic Online. And we're here courtesy of La Beach Hotel, and we are so grateful to them. But this morning I'd like to touch on a topic. I had a very interesting issue, and I saw two friends, and those friends were at each other's throats, and there was a serious misunderstanding between them. And in the course of the misunderstanding, one of them said, you know, we agree, but you know, but the misunderstanding was there, even though they were talking about agreement. And obviously, by the presence of the misunderstanding, that it means there was a disagreement. So as I began to listen to them, then Amos 3:3 came up to me. And Amos 3:3 said, can two walk together except they be agreed? That is, can two walk together except they be agreed? Now, I realized that their friendship was under threat. And from what they were saying and where they were going with their arguments, if nothing happens, we're going to have a problem and they're going to go their separate ways. Just like Paul and Barnabas had a sharp disagreement. The Bible says there was a sharp contention between Paul and Barnabas in Acts of Apostles, and they went their separate ways. Here's the reality. And as I was listening to them, three things came up to me. Number one, these people were talking about agreement, but first of all, in their mind, they were not agreed. So agreement, first of all, it's a mental decision that we make. I agree with you in my mind, and I just don't agree with you with my mind. That is what you're saying. I agree with it mentally. I cannot say yes, yes, yes with my mouth, and then with my mind, there's no agreement with it. The yes starts from my mind. I agree with you from my mind. And then the second thing too, when it is in our minds, then it's also verbalized. Agreements are verbalized. I agree with you. An agreement, a verbalized agreement is an assurance to the other partner that I'm standing with you. I agree with what you're saying. So in case of emergency or any other thing, I'm going to stand by you and I'm going to agree and go and tell everybody I agreed with this. So it is not just a mental exercise, it is also an oral exercise by verbalizing. I mean, there are people who won't say anything. And when they say, so I agree with you in my mind. But you need to tell me, I need to know that you agree with me with your mouth. There has to be an oral expression of what is in your mind and what is in your heart. Then the third thing, the third phase of agreement is what we do, what we think, what we say, and what we do. Now, you don't tell me that you agree with me mentally and you agree with me by an oral admission that you agree with me, but your activities and your actions will be contrary to what we have agreed upon. That is not agreement. That is sycophancy, or that is hypocrisy. And that brings offense. So here's the picture. Can two work together except they be agreed? So we agreed mentally and we verbalize our agreement, and then our actions would follow our agreement. So you can't tell me you agree with me mentally and you don't express it, and you expect me to be a mind reader, or you expect me to be a magician or a mind reader and read up your mind concerning the agreement. That you have to orally express it, and not just orally express it, you also have to go one more step further by your actions. I said, you see, the Bible says something that summarizes everything. By their fruits you will know them. By their actions, what they do, what you think, what you say, and what you do must always line up with the agreement that you're talking about. So here is the principle. I agree with you. I'll tell you I agree with you. And I'll do things that means that I agree with you.